Take down the first one. Evaluate integral over C f dot dr. Evaluate integral over C f dot dr, where f is equal to yi plus xz cube j minus zy cube k. And C is x square plus y square equal to 4, z equal to 1.5. So what actually this represents, the surface here? What actually x square plus y square equal to 4 represents?
Circle.
Circle in the sense circular plate. And where it is located, that circular plate?
1.5 at Z.
The circular plate is located at a height of z equal to 1.5 on z axis. So circular plate, it is somewhere at this. Suppose this is taken as x axis, this is taken as y axis, this is taken as z axis. Then the circular plate is located somewhere here at a height of 1.5 units on z axis. So this is a surface given. So in this problem, we are actually asked to calculate the line integral for this function. So we are using the concept of Stokes theorem here. So what we do is we use the concept of Stokes theorem here, convert this line integral into surface integral, and then we'll calculate. So for this, what we do, according to Stokes theorem, what actually the value of integral of f dot dr is integral over s curl f dot n ds. So for this, we need the value of curl f first. So curl f is determinant of ijk dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z. This is y xz cube minus zy cube. So this is equal to I times dou by dou y is minus 3y square z minus 3xz square minus j times x is 0, y is 0. K times x is z cube minus 1. So this is the value of curl f we have. Okay. So we'll calculate curl f dot n ds here. So integral over s curl f dot n ds. So we have already the value of curl f here. And for this surface, what will be the value of n? This is a circular plate here, somewhere here. So what will be the normal n? N will be in the positive direction of z axis, which is equal to k. And what will be the value of ds, dx, dy? So this will be equal to double integral over s curl f dot n ds is equal to double integral of. I'll directly take dot product here. K dot I is equal to 0. J is already 0. K dot K is equal to 1. So we got the value as z cube minus 1 dx dy. We have the value of z cube is 1.5. Z is given as 1.5 whole cube minus 1 dx dy. So calculate the value of 1.5 minus 1 whole cube minus 1. 1.5 cube.
2.375.
2.375. So 2.375 is a constant value. Double integral of dx dy. What actually this double integral of dx dy represents?
Area.
Area of a circle. So directly we can write 2.375. Area is pi r square. Where the radius is given by. What is the radius of the circle given
4 pi.
here? Radius is equal to, so 2.375 into 4 pi. Simplify the value. 9.5 pi. Check your answer. Okay, we'll try one more problem now. Evaluate by Stokes theorem. Evaluate by Stokes theorem. Integral over C yz dx plus zx dy plus xy dz, where C is a circle, x square plus y square equal to 1, z is equal to y square. So we are given again f dot dr. From this integral, can you tell me how we write the value of f over here? See that it is given in the form of f1 dx
F dot dx
plus f2 dy plus f3 dz. F dot dr is given directly. From this we can write the value of f, because f dot dr is in the form of f1 dx plus f2 dy plus f3 dz, where f is nothing but f1i plus f2j plus f3k. So first we'll write down the value of f, yzi plus zxj plus xyk. So for this we'll calculate curl f, because according to Stokes theorem, integral over C f dot dr is equal to integral over S curl f dot n ds. So we'll calculate curl f here. Determinant of I, j, k, dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z, yz, zx, xy. I times dou by dou y is x minus dou by dou z is also x, minus j times dou by dou x is y minus dou by dou z is also y, plus k times dou by dou x is z minus dou by dou y is also z. So the curl of value is completely becoming 0. So by Stokes theorem, integral over C f dot dr is equal to integral over S curl f dot n ds, and curl f value is equal to 0. So the integral value is completely 0. Okay, shall we go with the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next one, evaluate integral over C sin z dx minus cos x dy plus sin y dz where C is the boundary of the rectangle, where C is the boundary of the rectangle, where C is the boundary of the rectangle, 0 less than equal to x less than equal to pi, 0 less than equal to y less than equal to 1, z equal to 3. So you can understand here also that even for this problem also we are given a rectangular plate, and where the plate is located, that plate is located on z axis at a height of z equal to 3. Z equal to 3. So the rectangular plate is somewhere like this at a height of z equal to 3. So we'll use Stokes theorem here to evaluate this line integral by calculating curl f and converting into a surface integral form. So for this we need the value of f. Same like the last one. Here also we are given the form of f1 dx plus f2 dy plus f3 dz. So from this we can write the vector f as f1i plus f2j plus f3k. So we'll write down first the vector f, which is sin z I minus cos xj plus sin yk. So for this we'll calculate curl f. Determinant of I, j, k, dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z. This is sin z minus cos x sin y. So what will be this value? This is equal to I times dou by dou y of sin y is cos y, dou z of cos x is 0, minus j times dou by dou x of sin y is 0, minus dou by dou z of sin z is cos z, plus k times dou by dou x of minus cos x is sin x, minus dou by dou y of sin z is 0. So we got the value of curl f here as cos yi plus cos zj plus sin xk. And what will be the vector n for this surface given? That is a rectangular plate. It is at a height of z at a height of 1.5 value, z equal to 3 at a height on z axis. So outward normal will be in the direction of positive z axis. So in that case, what will be n value? N is equal to?
K.
N is equal to k. So the corresponding ds will be equal to dx dy.
X dy.
So by Stokes' theorem, integral over C f dot dr is equal to integral over S curl f dot n ds, which is double integral of, I'll directly write the value of curl f dot product with n here. K dot I is 0, k dot j is 0, we have only k dot k, which is 1, which is sin x dx dy. And what are the limits we got here? X is from 0 to pi, y is from, what are the boundaries of y? Y from
0 to 1.
0 to 1. Sin x dx dy. So we'll integrate first with respect to x. Integral of sin x is minus cos x between the limit 0 to pi of dy. So this is equal to integral 0 to 1 minus cos pi minus of minus plus cos 0 dy. Cos pi is minus 1, minus of minus plus 1, cos 0 is 1, so 2 times. Integral of dy is y between the limit 0 to 1. So the integral value is equal to 2. Check your answer. Okay, so in the last problems and last 3 problems, what did you observe? We are given the line integral. Using Stokes' theorem, we have converted into surface integral and we have evaluated it. Now we'll do one different problem here. You will be given a surface integral. Using Stokes' theorem, you have to convert into line integral, then you have to calculate the value. Line integral. So you have to calculate along the line. So we'll see that problem. Same case in the reverse. You'll be given a surface integral. You have to convert into line and then you have to calculate the line integral over here. Take down. Evaluate. Using Stokes' theorem, evaluate. Using Stokes' theorem, evaluate. Integral over S. Curl f dot n ds, where f is equal to yi plus x minus 2xzj minus xyk, and S is the surface of the sphere x square plus y square plus z square is equal to a square above the xy plane. Okay. So you can observe here that you are given a surface integral and you are asked to evaluate it. So actually you can calculate this surface integral also by taking, just like the last problem, by taking the curl f, then calculating according to the surface. But what we do here is we convert the surface integral into line integral using Stokes theorem, because they are asked to evaluate using Stokes theorem. So what we do, according to the Stokes theorem, integral over, I'm sorry, this is not C, this is S. According to Stokes theorem, integral over S curl f dot n ds is equal to integral over C f dot dr. And we are given f. So we'll calculate f dot dr. What will be the curve in that case? Suppose if a sphere is taken above the xy plane. So what we do, we have to take projection on for this sphere. On which plane we take the projection here? We take projection on
XY plane.
xy plane. It is above xy plane. Mute పెట్టండి audio. 210. So we'll take projection on xy plane. So if you take projection on xy plane, what actually this represents? This represents a circle whose radius is equal to a on xy plane. So let the projection be on xy plane. Which is a circle with radius a. So we'll calculate first f dot d, integral over c f dot dr value. What will be the value? This is y dx plus x minus 2xz dy minus xy dz. On xy plane, we have z is equal to 0. So if you substitute, this will become integral of y dx plus x dy dz is equal to 0. This you have to calculate on xy plane on the circle. So we'll take, since this represents a circular region, we'll go with the polar coordinates. What will be the polar coordinates?
X equals to a cos theta.
X is equal to a cos theta, y is equal to a sin theta.
A sin
So dx is equal to minus a sin theta d theta. Dy is equal to a cos theta d theta. Theta will be from 0 to 2 pi.
మ్యామ్ బోర్డు కనిపించట్లేదు మ్యామ్.
What about now? కనిపిస్తోందమ్మా?
బ్లర్ గా ఉంది మేడం.
ఒక 2 minutes ఆగితే సెట్ అవుతుందిలేండి. ఇది నెట్వర్క్ ఇష్యూ అనుకుంటా, నెట్వర్క్ ప్రాబ్లం. నార్మల్ అయితే చెప్పండి, కంటిన్యూ చేస్తాం.
మేడం ఇప్పుడు క్లియర్ గా ఉంది మేడం.
ఓకే. సో ఇంటిగ్రల్ ఓవర్ సి we have x dy plus y dx కదా. So integral of x is a cos theta, dy is a cos theta d theta plus y is a sin theta, dy is minus a sin theta d theta, 0 to 2 pi. So here also we have a square, I'll take it out common, 0 to 2 pi, cos square theta minus sin square theta d theta. And we know the value of cos square theta minus sin square theta is cos 2 theta.
Cos 2 theta.
Integral of cos 2 theta is sin 2 theta by 2 between the limit 0 to 2 pi. Whether it is 0 or 2 pi, sin function is 0. So the integral value is 0. Write down one more step. sine 4 pi minus sine 0, which is equal to 0. Okay, shall we go with the next one? Should you finish this problem? Shall we go with the next one?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, this problem can be solved in a different way also. What actually is the value of x dy plus y dx? Shortcut method of formula, total derivative. We can write it as d of yx or d of x. D of x. D of xy. D of xy and integral will get cancelled. So the complete value is simply x into y. What is x into y? A square sine theta cos theta. And we know sine theta cos theta is sine 2 theta by 2. Ade ochindi a square sine 2 theta by 2. That should be the limits between from 0 to 2 pi. Instead of going with all this calculation part, if you can calculate by simply taking this value as total derivative also, you can evaluate it directly. One step you will get the answer in that case. Okay. Okay. Now I'll introduce you the next theorem, which is Gauss divergence theorem, the last theorem in this. The third theorem. Okay, I'll give you the statement directly, but before that, first we'll see what actually we have learned in the first two theorems. The first theorem we have seen is a Green's theorem. So in this Green's theorem, what we have learned the relation between line and surface integral. This gives actually the line and surface integral restricted to only xy plane, only in xy plane, which is taken as m dx plus n dy is equal to double integral of dou n by dou x minus dou m by dou y dx dy. So this is actually the value we have taken in the case of line integral. Extension of this is taken as the next theorem, which is a Stokes theorem. So in the case of Stokes theorem, what we have taken an open surface here, bounded by a closed curve, and this also gives the relation between line and surface only, but in general. So in general, what we have taken, integral over c f dot dr is equal to integral over s curl f dot n ds. So this is the surface. You can observe here. So this is f dot dr in 2 dimension. This is curl f dot n ds in 2 dimension. So this is what we have seen in the case of Green's theorem as well as Stokes theorem. Now we go with the third theorem, which comes as Gauss divergence. What actually this theorem first gives? This theorem gives the relation between surface and volume. Means double integral and triple integral. Gives a relation between surface integral and a volume integral here. So for this, what we need? We need a surface. So in the case of Stokes theorem, if you remember, we have considered an open surface. Open surface means a box with open lid, box where the last part is removed. We have seen surfaces in the form of open, which is open at one part and closed at remaining parts. But in the case of Gauss divergence, we consider a closed surface. Let the surface be closed. Means, suppose if you are taking a box, in the case of Stokes theorem, we have calculated the for 5 surfaces, if you remember. Now we go with, in the form of Gauss divergence, we consider all the 6 surfaces for that box. It is closed on all the sides, closed surface. And it is having some volume. Since it is closed, it is having some volume over here. So now we see what actually this statement says. If suppose S is any closed surface enclosed by a volume V, and f is any vector point function. I'll give you the statement, just try to understand first. F is any vector point function defined on this surface. Then integral over S f dot and ds. This represents actually the surface integral here on this surface. This is equal to integral over V divergence of f dv. What is actually the meaning of divergence? If you remember, we have seen how to calculate divergence for a vector given. Do you remember the value? Dou by dou x of f1 plus dou by dou y of f2 plus dou by dou z of f3. We know how to calculate divergence. The divergence of that function dx dy dz triple integral form is equal to surface integral, which is nothing but integral over s f dot and ds. So you can consider, for example, we have seen two different problems already in Green's and Stokes theorem. One is box. There we have taken an open box. Here we take closed box. We consider for all the 6 faces. In the case of Green's theorem, you have taken over a cylinder, if you remember, calculating the surface integral for 3 surfaces, if you remember, for the cylinder with top, body and the bottom. The same type of cylinder also we come across here. Surface integral, and how we calculate the volume integral by taking divergence of f. dv can be taken as dx, dy and dz. This is what we are going to learn in this Gauss divergence. Is it clear? Did you understand this concept, what we are going to learn in this now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, take down the statement. Gauss divergence theorem. Take the statement. Gauss divergence theorem. If f be a vector point function, if f be a vector point function, defined on a closed surface S, defined on a closed surface S, then integral over S f dot and ds, integral over S f dot and ds is equal to integral over V, integral over V, divergence of f dv, divergence of f dv, integral over s f dot and ds is equal to integral over V divergence of f dv. So just like your Green's and Stokes theorem, here also we come across 2 types of problems. One is verify Gauss divergence theorem, means in that case you have to calculate both lines, surface integral as well as volume integral. We have to show that both are equal. Or you will be given one value, you will be given a surface integral. Using Gauss divergence theorem, evaluate, you will be given a surface integral. You have to use Gauss divergence theorem, convert into a volume integral and evaluate the triple integral value. That is what we are going to learn in this form. Shall we go with the problem now? Shall we go with the problem?
Yes, madam.
Verify Gauss divergence theorem. Is my voice audible? Logo undani vachindi ikkada message. Is it okay
No,
now?
madam, it is audible, madam.
Verify Gauss divergence theorem. Verify Gauss divergence theorem for f is equal to 4xzi minus y square j plus yzk over the cube x equal to 0, x equal to 1, y equal to 0, y equal to 1, z equal to 0, z equal to 1. So as I've already told you, in the case of Gauss divergence, we need a closed surface. That is why the complete cube is given. What is the difference between the Stokes theorem and Gauss divergence theorem here? In the case of Stokes theorem, one side is removed. We have to consider only the 5 sides because we need only an open surface. But in the case of Gauss divergence, we need a closed surface. So all the 6 sides are considered here. So how can you draw this? We take a cube. And we name it as O, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so first we'll calculate volume integral and we'll verify on surface. So for the volume integral, what we need divergence of F. So we go with first div F. What is div F value? Dou by dou x of 4xz plus dou by dou y of minus y square plus dou by dou z of yz. Dou by dou x of 4xz is 4z minus 2y plus y, which is 4z minus y. So this is the value of surface integral we got over here, which is nothing but divergence of f. So we need integral over the div f dv. Means what actually this value is? Triple integral of 4z minus y dx dy dz. What will be the limits? It is a cube given. So x is from 0 to 1, y is from 0 to 1, z is from 0 to 1. So evaluate this integral value. Evaluate the value and tell me.
Three by two, ma'am.
3/2.
ఎంత వచ్చిందమ్మా ఆన్సర్?
3/2.
So the integral value is 3 by 2. Constant limits kabatti I have left the solution part for you. I think you can calculate the value. I'll explain to you now how to calculate the surface integral for this. So here we are given a surface which is consisting of how many sides? How many sides?
6, ma'am.
6 surfaces you have to calculate. So for S1, just like what we have done in the case of Stokes theorem, we'll go with positive x, like x-axis one side, opposite side. Next one y with opposite side, z with opposite side. So first surface we take it as A, B, E, F. Okay, for this, what is the value of n will be? N, unit normal.
I.
Right? N is equal to I and ds is equal to
D.
dy dz.
correct. Dy dz. Actually, it is dy dz by mod n dot I. N dot I is equal to 1, so I'm not writing mod n dot I here. Directly only dy dz I'll write, or only for this I'll write, which is dy dz. So we'll go with integral over S1 f dot n ds. Double integral of, what is f? I'll write it f here, f also here. What is f vector given? 4xzi minus y square j plus yzk. Okay, so we'll go with f dot n. I dot I is equal to 1, which is 4xz. I dot j 0, I dot k 0, which is dy dz. And on this phase, what is the value of x on that plane? X value?
1, madam.
X is equal to 1. So this will be equal to double integral of x equal to 1 if we substitute 4z dy dz, y is from 0 to 1, z is from 0 to 1. So this is equal to 4 into integral of z is x square by 2 from 0 to 1, integral of y is 0 to 1, which is equal to 2. Check your answer for S1 because these are independent functions and independent limits are integrated simultaneously in the single step. See, check the value for S1. First surface, did you get the value as 2?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Now we go with the second surface opposite to this. What is the second surface opposite to this? S2. Opposite to this OCDG. In that case, n is equal to minus I. And the value of x on that surface is 0. So this is minus 4xz. And since x is equal to 0, this value will become 0 here. That is F2 as S2. Okay, now we go with the surface S3. What is S3? Positive y, for positive y. B, C, D, E. So n is equal to j in this case. ds is equal to
dx dz.
dx dz and y equal to 1. So S3 is equal to integral over S3 f dot and ds, which is double integral of j dot j is minus y square dx dz. Y equal to 1. So double integral of dx dz. X from 0 to 1, y from 0 to 1. So this is equal to minus y square kada minus 1 vastundi. So minus 1 into. So minus 1 into x from 0 to 1, z from 0 to 1, which is equal to minus 1. Check your answer for S3. Surface 3.
Ma'am, minus 1.
Minus 1. Okay, now we go with the S4, which is opposite side, which is AOGF. S4 is AOGF. N is equal to minus j, ds is dx dz, y equal to 0. So S4 is equal to minus or minus plus y square. But here we have y is equal to 0 in this case. So the value of this integral will become directly 0. That is the value of surface 4. Next we go with the surface 5, which is positive z. S5. What is S5? DEF G. So n is equal to k for this, ds is equal to dx dy, and z equal to 1. So S5 is equal to integral over S5 f dot and ds. Double integral of n dot k, which is yz dx dy. Z is equal to 1 if you substitute, this will become double integral of y dx dy. X is from 0 to 1, y is from 0 to 1. Integral of y is y squared by 2 between the limit 0 to 1. Integral of dx is x between the limit 0 to 1. So the integral value is 1 by 2. Check your answer. It is 1 by 2.
Yes, madam. 1/2.
1 by 2. This till here we have done for Stokes theorem, if you remember, for all the 5 phases. In the case of Gauss divergence, you have to consider a closed surface. You have to consider the 6th phase also. So we go with now S6, which is OABC. For this, n is equal to minus k, z is equal to 0. So S6, z is equal to 0 here. So the integral value will become 0. So integral over S, f dot and ds now will be equal to S1 plus, S2 plus, S3 plus, S4 plus, S5 plus, S6. And now you have to tell me the values for all these 6 surfaces. S1,
Madam,
2, ma'am.
2, S2 is 0, S3
-1, madam.
Minus 1, ma'am.
plus S4 is 0, S5
Plus
1
1/2.
by 2.
1 by 2, S6 is 0. So this is equal to 3 by 2. So we have calculated the volume integral and we have calculated the surface integral. We have shown that integral over S, f dot and ds is equal to integral over v divergence of f dv. Hence, Gauss divergence theorem is verified. One of the most important and most repeated problem in the exam. మీకు ఎక్కువ గాస్ డైవర్జెన్స్ థియరం ప్రాబ్లం వస్తే ఈ క్యూబ్ ప్రాబ్లమే వస్తుంది మాక్సిమం. So if you complete this, we'll go with the next case.